What's going on, Deviant Racing fans? This is Josh, team owner and driver for the 6129 Spec Trophy truck.
Off to you.
And I'm Abby Shelton, wife and usually cameraman. I'm also the one that edits all of our YouTube videos.
We're here today just to kind of go over kind of our history and how we got into racing. We started racing in 2017 here local in Texas, just a grassroots kind of family thing. It was kind of a joke. Me and a buddy, we were out rock crawling one weekend and his parents were hosting a race out at their property in Mason, Texas. And we had a razor in our garage that we kind of threw together 2 weeks before the race. We finished third in our first race out at Mason at Wolf Caves in a basically bone stock Polaris 1000 Fox edition. It was just really kind of a joke for us. We didn't have any idea. We had never really raced. We had never raced off-road. And we went out there and had a blast.
All professional as fuck. Look at us. Yeah! Oh shit! Open her up. Let it rip. Send it. Yep. Hard left. Oh shit. Yeah. Sorry, I should have said it sooner. Gear.
That girl in the bikini. How you doing, mama?
You want to grab a gear? Go
Yeah.
high speed. Hard right, hard right, hard right.
Co-driver was asking if I wanted to finish the season out, and I told him we did pretty good. We might as well finish the season out. So we ordered a cage for it, put the cage on ourselves. It was all TIG welded, added a pumper, intercom, race radios, had a couple of friends come out to chase for us. It wasn't really a chase race back then. It was an hour-long race, as many laps as you could do. It's typically 15, maybe 20-minute laps. So any little mechanical problem would take you completely out of the race. I mean, a flat would take you out. There's no way you were getting back on course and getting back up into the pack.
There it is. We're just about gonna be getting her.
We went out to Junction, Texas and won that race, which qualified us for nationals. And we went up to Ram Off-Road Park in Colorado Springs and ran up there with, I think there was 14 or 15 of us in our class. We ended up second at that race, which put us in second place for the points championship.
What he almost didn't tell you about Race Nationals that year was that it almost ended his racing career. So that race had a pre-run and his co-driver was flying in but hadn't landed yet. So I decided it would be a good time for me to just see what a race was like. I had never participated. Mind you, I do not like adrenaline at all. I am a very slow-paced hobbyist. I like hunting, fishing, nothing to do with speed. It was a very different course than what we were used to in Texas, so I figured it would be okay. He was gonna be really careful. Until we came to the jumps, and coming over that jump, we just hit nose first and tumbled, and my neck and my helmet went from corner to corner, snapped in like second flat. I'm pretty sure Josh thought he killed me. Ended up, we were fine. The car was a little torn apart. We had to get it off the track, work all night to try to get it fixed, and then the guys were able to race the next day.
Fast forward about a year and a half later, built the 2018 Can-Am X3. We took it to a shop here in Texas and kind of, I think every racer has this story. They kind of got hosed on the build. We pulled it from that shop and took it to Lone Star Racing and had Lone Star Racing do a complete rebuild. We raced under the 2929 number. We raced the last race of 2018, Best in the Desert. It was in Pahrump. Just to kind of shake the car down. We had never done any sort of long endurance style desert racing or any racing for that matter. Went out there and just kind of had fun. We had a family friend, Alex Laughlin. Anybody follows NHRA drag racing, he came out and co-drove for us, and me and him basically just went out there and had a good time.
We knew building up a pit crew would be really important. That first race, we just brought one friend with us. It was me and our friend Jim, and we had a race suit, a fuel mat, and some fuel cans. And I'm pretty sure that was it, maybe a spare tire. But we knew we were gonna need some extra support. And I'll never forget pulling into that first pit stop to do fuel. The crews on the left and right of us came over immediately. They could tell we were a small crew, probably looked like we had no idea what we were doing. And they came over to help right away. It's one of my favorite things, honestly, about racing is the community. We have met so many incredible people, our pit crew. Thank you guys so much. We really couldn't do this without y'all. And to every crew that's been out there that's helped us along the way, I hope we've been able to return the favor. And if you're just getting into it, believe me, there will be people there to help you.
We started 2019 season in Parker, Arizona, got second at that race. So we raced the Can-Am X3 in a full season of 2019 and 2020. We finished both of those seasons, 2019 season in second place in the points championship and third in the 2020 season. In March of 2020, everybody was on lockdown. Me and my wife got into a program called 75 Hard. So anybody that doesn't know what 75 Hard is, it's a mental fortitude and toughness program. It's not a challenge. It's 75 days of a long list of things if you want to look into that. Andy Frisella is the one that created that. It's a 75-day program, and then there's 3 phases after that that you go through. In phase 1, part of what you have to do on a daily basis is 10 minutes of visualization. Once we had our 2019 and 2020 season success and just being out in the desert, obviously dream was to get into a trophy truck. Wife said that was going to be a 10 or 15 year plan. Little did she know we were buying one in 21. But anyway, I spent my 10 minutes visualizing for 30 days straight what it was going to be like to drive a trophy truck. So we bought our first trophy truck, spec truck, in March of 21, less than 30 days after I had finished phase 1 and doing my 10 minutes of visualization. So anyway, that's kind of how we wound up in a truck way sooner than my wife told me that we were going to.
And so we were starting fresh with the spec truck. We got new chase trucks. It was a different fuel system. I mean, everything is completely different. It's probably my favorite to chase because it's so much faster. And when we're driving alongside, we're like at the pace of the truck, trying to beat them to the next pit. And really, you have to have multiple chase trucks at almost every race, or you're not gonna be able to support even half of the pit stops because it just moves so much faster. So it definitely keeps the pit crew on our toes. We have to have more people to support, but it's been a lot of fun.
We raced Vegas to Reno in 21 in that truck. Unfortunately, in 22, we had some mechanical issues that we couldn't come back from. We couldn't get parts fast enough. Yeah, so we took the rest of 2022 off to get the truck ready for hopefully a good 2023 season.
Great atmosphere, great people, great truck. It's gonna be a great course, so we're gonna have a great day.
gates pretty strong in 23. I think we had a couple of top 10 finishes in 23. Ultimately in Caliente, we bent a control arm and ran into the same thing that we ran into in 22.
Not the best day. We're actually doing pretty good. But we were stuck in the wash. We're actually in the wash just on the other side in there. And it was getting really tight. And we got right where we were flat, driving through the wash. Joey was on the brakes trying to turn left, and the truck kept going straight, and we smashed right into the canyon.
Couldn't get parts on the truck quick enough to get us back in. Going into the Caliente race, we were sitting 5th or 6th, somewhere in there in the points championship, and we're really hoping to make some ground up on that in the points championship during the Caliente race, and we really just needed to get it across the finish line, and unfortunately it didn't happen. We were still going to try to finish out the season, but we couldn't get parts for the truck, which kind of led us to where we're at now. We sold the truck. We no longer own a trophy truck right now. We gave the truck over on July the 30th, and currently right now we do not own a truck. It's kind of a weird feeling. Definitely miss being out in the desert. I'm looking forward to getting back out there, so we will be in a new truck.
Make sure you guys like and subscribe and watch for our next video where we will reveal what we are buying and what we are going to be racing in the future.